In the Silent Forest hideout, aka Hideout 2, there will be 4 windows you want to barricade. 2 of them will already be barricaded for you. One of the unbarricaded windows will be located in the bedroom, and the second unbarricaded window will be located in the living room. Finally, you will want to rebuild the door leading outside to the burned rooms. Next, you will want to bring the couch from the generator room to the door you just rebuilt. Placing it between the walls will prevent enemies from attacking it. After that, there will be a wardrobe right next to the door you placed the couch in. You will need to place the wardrobe between the walls of the front door. Then you will need to grab the table that's inside the living room and place it next to the couch. You will also want to grab the bathtub and place it next to that table. Now you will need to set up your lamps. You will want to place the first lamp at the bottom right of the front door and the second lamp on the mushrooms of the bedroom. In the living room, there will also be a small wardrobe you need to place below the couch and the table, as well as a small couch you need to place below the table and above the small wardrobe. Finally, there is a chair in the workbench room you're going to want to place below the small couch. You can also barricade the door where you put the large wardrobe and the door where you put the large couch, but this is not required. This should prevent enemies from breaking your door. Keyword on should, because if you don't barricade, enemies can still push furniture out of the way. And if you do barricade, enemies can still break the furniture before they need to break the door. However, if you rebuild the furniture before an enemy breaks your door barricade, they won't be able to break your door. Now, one of the things you have to worry about in the Silent Forest is the huge bug. The huge bug won't attack you, but it will lay down worms on the floor that will damage you over time while you're standing on it. You can get rid of these worms in the morning with fire, but I don't suggest you attack them unless they're in the room you're standing in. When one enemy enters the somewhat safe zone, you'll want to lure them into the biggest area, which is the living room. If 2 enemies enter your somewhat safe zone, you'll want to lure the first enemy into the bedroom, leaving the second enemy in the living room so he loses sight of you and forgets you're there. Again, always kill huge bugs if they're in the room you're standing in. Also, your furniture should not be affected by any night events, not only because they can only grab 6 objects and 2 of them will always be your lamps, but because you wedged the furniture into your door by building a barricade. If you did not build a barricade, the furniture can still be moved by night events. When an enemy attacks or breaks your barricaded window, it doesn't necessarily mean they will come inside, especially if they don't see you once the window is broken. If you stay in the Silent Forest hideout for more than 5 days, I suggest you barricade the door in the workbench room to the burned rooms and the door between both burned rooms. This will distract enemies from attacking your main barricades in the somewhat safe room. Something I suggest you do every morning is turn off the generator before 8 a.m. This will prevent you from forgetting to turn off the power every time you leave your hideout in the morning and wasting gasoline. For the purpose of this video, I limited myself to 2 boards with nails, unupgraded, 1 torch in case I needed to burn the worms the huge bugs placed, 3 bandages so I wouldn't die, because I don't want to lie to you guys, you're gonna get hit a lot with this setup still. And I didn't rebuild any barricades until after 8 a.m. You should be able to rebuild your broken barricades and broken furniture, as well as have better weapons, making surviving with this setup easier for you. The last enemy you'll have to worry about in the Southern Forest is the Banshee. The Banshee isn't as bad if you don't let it in your vision cone or your vision circle. To deal with the Banshee, you'll need to swap to the workbench room and have a door between you and where the Banshee is in. This will prevent the Banshee from turning off the lights in the room you are not standing in. You can also deal with the Banshee by separating it into the bedroom or the living room, but this will not prevent it from separating into Banshee babies and turning it off your lamps. To deal with the Banshee babies, I suggest you throw a Molotov in front of the Banshee's feet, or just beat them to death and try not to get cornered. I spent 9 nights at the Southern Forest just to show you guys that with this setup it's not difficult. However, I don't suggest anybody spends more than 10 days at one hideout unless you're in the dry meadow. If you guys have any questions about the guide or have any suggestions of what kind of other guide to make, if it's Darkwood or any other game, let me know. I've also made a Patreon, so if you guys want to have some guides that I won't upload to YouTube because they don't really make sense or they aren't formatted well, it doesn't matter. You guys will see guys that won't be on YouTube. That's on my Patreon. That's the point. If you guys want to be there, you know where the fucking shit is. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all later.